In this video, I'm going to show you how to tune a 2019 to 2021 5th gen Cummins with an EZ Lynk auto agent. I got this from the Diesel Dudes. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to get a tuning package from them. It's a great company to work with and they ship worldwide. If the link looks a little funny, it's because it's an affiliate link. So if you buy something through the link, I get a small commission and that's how I afford to eat and put diesel in my tank. Anyways, I'm not going to waste much time with this. We're going to get right into it and I'm going to show you how to tune your truck with an EZ Lynk auto agent. When you order the tune, they're going to ask for the VIN number of the truck. And this 5th gen Cummins, these 2019 and 2020 models came with a CP4 injection pump and there's a recall to change it to a CP3 pump. So I recommend getting the recall done. But they need to know that you've had the recall done. They need to know that it has a CP3 injection pump because then they have to write a different tune for it compared to if it has a CP4 pump. Also, any modifications to the truck, you know, if you're deleting it, if it has bigger turbo injectors, all that stuff they need to know, as well as which transmission it has. These trucks come with 2 transmission options. If you have the transmission dipstick there on the passenger side, you have a 68 RFE transmission. And if the transmission dipstick is over here on the driver's side, you have the ASIN transmission. But I believe when you order it, they should ask all the questions they need. And if they don't, then they'll probably just email you and reach out and get whatever information they need from you. If you are planning on running emissions off tuning, I strongly recommend you look up your local laws before you do it. If it's illegal where you live, just don't do it. And if you live somewhere internationally, you'll have to call them and get a shipping quote. Make sure to mention me and then I get a small commission. So this is the kit you get with the Diesel Dudes. You can do different tuning options, but I recommend the EZ Lynk Auto Agent. It's the most modern tuning style out there. It's also gonna be the easiest if you're a newbie to tuning vehicles. Comes with a 5-position switch, so you can switch power levels on the fly. A bypass cable, you need this to tune any 2018 and newer Cummins. All right, so we ordered the tune. We got our EZ Lynk Auto Agent. When you order the tune, again, they need to know which pump you have, as well as any modifications you have done to the truck. Chances are, if you're deleting the truck, this is probably your first major mod you've done to it. But down the road, if you have bigger turbo or injectors, stuff like that, they're gonna need to know. So what you're gonna wanna do is download the EZ Lynk Auto Agent app on your phone, and you're gonna need to create an account with EZ Lynk. And you're gonna have to do that first before you do anything. Once you've done that, we're gonna install this bypass cable. This can be tricky to show, but I will do my best. This thing is gonna plug into, I believe it's a white and green box, kind of up under the dash over here. So under the dash, here's your park brake pedal. And then you see those boxes up there. We're going to use the plugs that are on the far left. So hopefully you can see this, but we're going to go to the left side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 that are plugged in there. And then the 5th one down is the one we're going to be using. It will be the first open plug on the left column from the top. Okay, then if you can see that, I have on the 5th one down, that black cable is plugged in. Then with the other end, you're just going to simply plug it in to your OBD plug. Go ahead and grab your auto agent and plug that in to the other end, just like that. If you want to keep this plugged in all the time, you can just zip tie this wire up out of the way. And on your factory OBD plug, there's 2 little tabs you can press on the side and you can pop it up and you can just zip tie this up under your dash. And before you tune anything, it's always good to have a battery charger on. You want consistent voltage and you don't want your batteries to die during a tune. It can break your ECM and your truck will not start. So get a battery charger set to 10 amp and leave it. For this next part, you're gonna use your phone. You're going to connect to your auto agent through the EZ Lynk app. You might have to go into your settings and find the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth and connect to it. And then once you've connected, you use the app on your phone to tune the truck. All you need is either a Wi-Fi or a cellular connection to download the tune files out of the cloud. I will screen record my phone so you can see what I gotta do. Before you tune the truck, you should also clear any codes it may have. So if you do have an engine light on, strongly recommend clearing that before you tune the truck. I'll show you how to do that with the EZ Lynk. Make sure the truck is in the run position first. So open up the EZ Lynk app. You're gonna have to accept a couple things, accept terms and conditions. And yeah, then it should take you to here where you gotta connect it to the Wi-Fi. So go to your Wi-Fi, you should see it pop up there, click that and it should connect. Then go back in the app. This should work. If not, you might have to try it once or twice. This is just saying you're going to link the truck with GDP tuning, which you want to do. Hit link. And then behind it is just kind of stuff you can monitor your gauges and temperatures and stuff like that. This is just saying it's set up to link with one vehicle only. Say yes, and then describe your vehicle. I'm just going to say stock truck doing deletes. That's all they really need to know. If you had a bunch of aftermarket upgrades, you'd want to put it here. This is just saying I don't have Wi-Fi, so I'm selecting use cellular data. Now a firmware update's probably going to come, so I would just hit install now and follow the prompts to get you through that. That's super easy. Once the update is complete, it'll bring you back to this dashboard, and I'll show you how to clear codes now. So go up to the top left, hit the menu, go to DTC, and that should start reading codes right there. This is going to say no trouble codes found. If there were, you could click clear codes, but this truck doesn't have any. So now we're going to tune the truck, go back to the menu, go select vehicle, and then we're going to go down to ECU profiles. Here we're going to go into the custom folder, and then you're going to see 3 single tunes at the top. You have 0 horsepower, 150 horsepower, or 75 horse, or the shift on the fly, which is the bottom one. We're going to install the shift on the fly, so you click download, and then when it's downloaded, you can hit install, and it'll say it will update the following module, the ECU, and you can click proceed. Once it starts doing its thing, you basically just follow the prompts. It'll tell you to turn it off, so turn the truck off, hit continue. It'll tell you to turn it on, turn the truck on, hit continue. It should start programming it at this point, so I'm going to fast forward this up. This whole process, the tuning part, took about 15 minutes. I'm just going to speed it up really quick. Tune's just finishing up here. It'll tell you to turn it off, so turn the truck off, hit continue, turn the truck on, hit continue. And then it says it completed successfully. So it's all done. You can exit out of the EZ Lynk app. Your truck is tuned. Once the truck is tuned, I just like to make sure it starts and everything worked good. Yeah, everything sounds good. No engine lights, got throttle. Should be good. Once the truck is tuned, you can remove the bypass cable and the auto agent, or like I said, you can zip tie it all up out of the way. Now, if you just chose a single tune option, you are done tuning the truck. There's nothing more to do. And if you chose the shift on the fly option, then you got to install one of these switches. So for the video, obviously we're going to be installing this switch just so I can show you how to do that. So we need to run these wires through the firewall into the engine bay and then leave this switch inside the cab. So I'm going to use this hood release grommet. I'm going to cut a little slit or a hole through it, and then I'm going to put the wires through there. I'm just going to take a little screwdriver, poke it through, grab a little file, try to make it a little bigger, maybe even get a bigger screwdriver. See if I can get it through like that. I'm gonna take a coat hanger and fish it down through from this side into the cab. Coat hanger is through. Now I'm going to grab my wires and I'm going to use electrical tape and I'm gonna tape them up on this and pull them through. Just be careful with these ends. They're delicate and you don't wanna bend them or wreck them. Okay, we'll see if that works. Pull very gently. You don't want to rip or break anything. So I pulled the coat hanger out, which means I need to make that hole a little bit bigger. The coat hanger popped off, but they actually went in most of the way. So I bet you they're sticking out here and I can probably just use my hand. If I can get my hand in there and pull it out the rest of the way. Here we go. Remove the tape. Inspect your connectors, just make sure they're still looking good. You're gonna take these wires and you're gonna insert them until you hear a click. Like that. See how they look like from the inside? Now grab a screwdriver and just make sure this red thing is pushed all the way in. Like that. You got your plugs in. The instructions show a red, black, and a white wire. Mine had a purple one. So I just swapped it out with purple and then I emailed them, the diesel dudes, to ask them. So if anything changes and this isn't how it's supposed to go, I will let you know. But as far as I'm concerned, this should work just fine. Obviously, make sure you have the upright position correct when you orientate it for how these wires go in. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna unplug this CCV filter back here. I'll try to get this wire out of the way so I can show you better. So here's the plug. You're gonna wanna kind of bust off this black tab. Like that. You're gonna have to push this locking thing to the right. Push it in like so. Then you can press down on it at the back here. Push down on that. I'll need 2 hands for it, but push down on that and you can slide it off. Then you're just gonna plug your switch into this plug you just unplugged. Push it in until it clicks. Then if you want, you can pop this retainer back in just like that and kind of make this nice. I ran my wires all behind here, so I'm just gonna zip tie them all up out of the way. Now that's all done under the hood, locate your Allen key that comes with the switch, and we're gonna back off this set screw and we're gonna remove the black knob. It will look like this. Now we're going to take off this brass nut. So the nut and that washer are off. There's another washer in here, and it's actually indented down, and that you can change how many positions this switch goes to. Now with this tune, I believe it's just 5. So make sure this stays in the same position, or else you'll get like 10 different switch positions and you won't even be able to use them. Another thing I do is I take side cutters and I cut off this little nipple here just because I find it annoying and it's a pain in the ass to drill that and drill this and make them line up. So there, as you can see, I cut it off flush. You can mount the switch wherever. I just like to mount it here. So get an upholstery tool or something so you don't scratch this all up, and pop this out if that's where you want to mount it as well. Now with this out, I'm going to drill. I'm going to use a 3/8 drill bit, and I'm going to drill a hole right in the middle. You can, again, put it wherever you want. Just make sure that it's going to be in this open passage so you don't hit the back of the switch or anything. Once you have the hole drilled, insert the switch from the back. If you want, you can put the sticker on that shows you what switch position you're in. I think it just kind of looks, I don't know, I like the cleaner look of without having it. So I'm just going to put my knob back on like that. Make sure you've ran it out where it's coming from. But yeah, put your washer, your nut on, tighten up the switch, and then put this knob back on and tighten that up. Pop it back into place, and then zip tie up all this wire nice and neat under the dash. And that's what it looks like. If you find it's kind of hard to turn this knob, back off the set screw, pull the knob out just a little bit, and then tighten it back up, because sometimes it will rub on the nut. So that's it for tuning. Now, if you're running emissions on tuning, you should be able to leave everything the same. If you're running emissions off tuning, you'll have to unplug sensors for your emission system as well as your throttle valve. But talk to the tuning company that you got the tunes from to see what exactly you need to unplug. But I hope this video helped you if you were just curious on how to tune a 2019 to 2021 5th gen Cummins. Like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at Dark Iron Diesel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.